Kempire is brought to you by Mother's Day is right around the corner, and we are partnering with Rose Forever so that you can get yourself or your mother figure something beautiful, something that will last at least a year. So many of you have checked out Rose Forever in our collaborations in the past, and you said, I've had my roses for 2 years. Guys, it might be time for you to upgrade or change those roses. However, we always have a discount code for you. Kempire 20 MD, that's for Mother's Day, is now available for $20 off. It will only be available during this Mother's Day collaboration that we have. Be sure to check out the description for more details on how you can get roses, candles, even other beautiful flowers that will last you at least a year from our friends over at Rose Forever. Again, more information will be available in the description. You're listening to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Network. Hey, y'all. Welcome back to the Kempire channel. Let me know if you can hear me, see me, do all the things. Shout out to our King's Guard. Shout out to our channel members. It is a members only live chat here on YouTube. But shout out to those of you watching on TikTok, those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter, and of course, those of you watching on Facebook. What is going on, everyone? Happy Friday. Did not expect to go live Friday. And I almost just did a pre-recorded recap of the Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16 mid-season trailer that came out a couple of hours ago. So everyone is reacting. Everyone is now seeing what exactly or not exactly is Phaedra Parks going to add to this new season. I want to know, live chat if you're watching on YouTube, I want you to vote. Let me know how you would rate this week's episode, this mid-season trailer from 1 to 10. Live chat on TikTok, be sure to let us know how you would rate the Real Housewives of Atlanta mid-season trailer. I thought the mid-season trailer was good. It was good enough, but again, it's a trailer. I always tell you when we talk about trailers, I'm like, if it's good or bad, I'm like, okay, sometimes it gets you excited, but then sometimes you guys get upset because things that were included in the mid-season trailer are not in the season. But we shall see. I think the mid-season trailer did what it was supposed to do, get us excited for what's left of this season. I think there's like 18 episodes to this season, not including the reunion. All right. I also told you that I felt like the fact that they had to bring Phaedra in towards the end of the season, she's full-time. She's a full-time player, and she only filmed for like 2 weeks. We saw a little bit of what her storyline will be. Yes, if you watch Married to Medicine, then you saw with Married to Medicine, her relationship with Shake is going to be continued this season. And he was also at the premiere. All right, girl. All right, come on. Lies! The lie! We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it in just a second. But before we talk about it, I want to talk about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City really quickly. So Real Housewives of Salt Lake City, there is a photo that came out of Mary Cosby and Lisa Barlow. We haven't talked about Real Housewives of Salt Lake City in a while. I miss it. They had a great season. Terrible reunion. Not terrible reunion, but mid-reunion. And I'm hearing good things about this new season. You remember there was a rumor that Meredith had been suspended, and then Entertainment Tonight came out and said, we're not sure where that rumor came from, but from what we're hearing, that is not true at all. Meredith has not been suspended. But according to my sources, well, no, Meredith did not get suspended, but Meredith reportedly had a breakdown. And I know what you're thinking. She has a breakdown every season. I heard this was bad. Like, unhinged. And maybe that's why people said she got suspended. Apparently, she had a breakdown, allegedly, during the season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. But here's the thing. I say this down, and people are like, Kempire, you said this, and then you don't see it. You also heard about Mary Cosby and Lisa getting into it and saying all kinds of terrible things, and you never saw it because it's an edited show. So they could decide whether or not they want to show something. But that's what I heard. And I don't believe that production will edit that out. I think they're going to include Meredith becoming unhinged. Okay? Just saying. But that's the word on the street. But I saw this photo of Mary, and I think is Lisa Barlow, because is Lisa Barlow in the room with us? The Facetune of it all. Okay? The Facetune of it all. And Lisa Barlow hasn't been that bad when it comes to Facetune, but even with the sunglasses on, I'm like, is that? And we know Mary Cosby loves a Facetune too, but not here. They look, Mary looks normal. And I think this is Lisa Barlow. For all I know, this could be Meredith. Honestly, I think it's Meredith. And people mix them up all the time, but yeah. But they're getting along. This was an interesting dynamic. And some people are speculating. I never thought about a Mary and Lisa Barlow alliance. And quite as is kept, everyone tries to make Lisa Barlow the queen by always focusing on her, always coming at her. And if these two, the actual queen, Mary Cosby of Salt Lake City, comes with the one that people think is the queen, that might be an alliance to watch. But now it makes me wonder, how is Mary Cosby and Angie's relationship? Based off the photos on social media, they seem to be fine. I really loved that friendship from last season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City because it felt real, it felt authentic. Even when they had their issues, the way that they found their way back to each other, I thought was so, so sweet. I'm looking forward to more of that. And remember, I don't know if you heard this, there's going to be a crossover between Below Deck and Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. And I love me some Below Deck. I know I haven't talked about it or recapped it. I'm just getting into Below Deck Down Under. Maybe I'll talk about it for Club Kempire on our podcast. But I love me some Below Deck. So we're supposed to get some sort of crossover between those two shows. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay. Foxy says Mary and Lisa on the pic. Yes, that's Mary and Lisa Barlow. Okay. Soraya says that's just some Lisa with some Botox. No, that's Botox ain't doing all that magic, which is okay. Look, fine. I had to take a second look just to make sure that was actually Lisa Barlow. It is, I think. It's either Lisa or Meredith. I can't. All right. So that's the word on the street when it comes to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. I'm looking forward to the new season. I see that Bronwyn is a hot topic when it comes to the Bravo universe. Here's the thing. I don't want Real Housewives of Salt Lake City to turn as toxic in the fan base regards, not the cast. When it comes to the fan base, I feel like the people that were fans of Real Housewives of New Jersey have moved over to Salt Lake City. Please don't ruin the show for us. Because please understand, I'm not going to spend my time shucking and jiving or fighting with you guys in the comment section when it comes to Salt Lake City. Stop with the toxicity. Get a life. Come on. Some people are way too invested. And I love it when people say that I'm invested. I am invested. I make a coin. What do you get? But some people are way too invested in other people's family lives, and they got their own situation going on. So stop with it. It gets too toxic. Y'all grown. A lot of these people that watch Bravo and Real Housewives are like 30 plus. Y'all are grown adults. These aren't teenagers watching these shows. All right, moving on. Okay. All right. Did someone say it was Britney? That is not Britney. Wait, no, that's not Britney. Is it Britney? No. Britney's coming back apparently, right? As she should. She carried the last season of Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Come on now. She's gotten really annoying on social media, though. Britney, you've gotten so annoying on social media. So annoying. I can't. Can't Be Bothered says, this is why I don't watch these shows anymore. It's so toxic. The fans are insane. Yeah, it's become, I've noticed it on social media. I'm just like, are y'all trying to turn Salt Lake City into the Real Housewives of New Jersey? If y'all don't stop, but we'll ignore them. We're not like that over here in our community. All right. Foxy says, it's not Britney. Someone says it's not Britney. It's Lisa. Come on, stop, y'all. Okay. All right. Moving on. So that's your update when it comes to Real Housewives of Salt Lake City. Mama Allie, I know you didn't get your notifications, but I see you're here. If we could do some quick timestamps. So that was our Salt Lake City section. Now let's talk about Real Housewives of Potomac. Okay. Real Housewives of Potomac this morning. Shout out to our friends over at TV Deeds. There were a few people that were posting this morning. Clips of them filming the Real Housewives of Potomac. As you know, Potomac has started filming again, and now we see this footage where it looks like Giselle and Ashley are confronting Stacey about the TJ of it all. I don't know how we gathered it was about the TJ. All you see is that it's a heated conversation. Not surprised that they're going to be talking about TJ allegedly being paid to be on this show. I told you that. That was the hot tea that I had from the reunion for Potomac. Some people are also saying, first of all, looking at how close production is in filming this, it's breaking the fourth wall for a lot of people. And they're like, this is why I can't stand these shows anymore. It's so produced. This seems so fake. This is how it's always been filmed, y'all. Y'all just have never seen the behind the scenes. I don't know where they were filming or how we got this footage, but we got it, so we're going to take a look at it real quickly. So first off, I just have to say, is this a new housewife? I heard about a possible new housewife. She's there basically taking in this conversation. Sidebar, is Ashley the new Robin to Giselle's Batman? That's the energy it's giving. And I told you this the other day. I don't remember which live it was. It was just this week that I said I feel like Ashley and Giselle have an alliance. Because when Giselle was asked about Ashley singing Sidebar, here we go with Sidebar. Ashley, cease and desist on the behalf of the Roberta Flack family. She is still singing that damn song. Then she went on social singing the song from Chicago. Chicago, I promise you, if you put Ashley on the Broadway stage, I will boycott. I will be out front with picket signs, okay? Stop. At least with Erica Jane, she's not the greatest singer, but she's been passionate about music and she will do the work. Ashley is passionate about trying to make a coin. Okay, it's giving scammer. Oh, damn. Please cease and desist, Ashley. You can't sing, and Giselle, stop lying to her. And as a singer, a professionally trained singer, I get annoyed because I appreciate the housewives that take up singing that are really passionate and they work towards it. Shout out to Candace. She really worked towards it so people knew that she was serious about music to the point where she's still doing music outside of this show. And shout out to Shamea and shout out to Drew. They've always been passionate about music and they can actually sing. Cease and desist. Please, Ashley, we beg of you. Please stop singing. Please. Brianna says, not picket signs, got me dying at work. Y'all would join me if I went to the Chicago and I said, everyone meet me there with picket signs. I'm willing to bet half of New York would be there. Please, no. Chicago, if you were even thinking about it. And I think that's probably what Ashley was trying to do. See, guys, I can sing. Put me on that. Because, you know, that's a lot of the housewives end up doing Chicago. Lisa Rinna did it. Kandi did it. Nene did it. Sidebar, Nene. Why are you still shading Kandi? Like, literally, I saw that in this week's episode of the Nene League show. You are still coming for Kandi with these passive-aggressive comments. What is wrong? Girl, you are great. You is kind. You is great. You is wonderful. You is important. What is wrong with you, Nene? It's weird. It's giving weird energy. Kandi, do not respond. Do not respond. Okay. Anyways, back to this. So let's take a look at this footage, all right? And y'all let me know if y'all will join me in the picket signs if Chicago decides to add Ashley. Please don't. I think that's what Ashley was trying to do. She's like, come, I can sing Chicago. Even that sounded better than what Ashley gave us. Anyway, I'm not going to even play the clips for you guys because, like I said, cease and desist on behalf of the Roberta Flack family and on behalf of the Broadway community. Don't you dare. All right? All right, so back to this. So this footage is circulating on social media in regards to them filming the latest season of The Real Housewives of Potomac. Let's take a look. So this looks like a new housewife. I mean, obviously they needed to replace. So, okay, I haven't heard. Is Kiarna going to be a part of this new season? I haven't heard anything. Okay, but let's take a look at this. So this is behind the scenes footage leaking to the press. Look how close the cameramen are. So there you could see Ashley and Stacey and Giselle, and they're having a heated conversation. And I know Stacey, whoa, come on, Stacey. Whoa. Stacey, I still like you, girl. It's okay that you followed me, then unfollowed me. You came to my show. We had a good kiki. You lied to us. I have a forgiving heart, Stacey. I do. I hope you do too. I don't know what you've forgiven me for, though, because I'm innocent in this situation. I just speak my mind. I do my job. But I'm riding with you this season. I hope you got a good storyline and not made up. Okay? Please and thank you. Right? But I'm still riding with her. She's brand new. I wonder if they have the receipts, because remember, Giselle says she has receipts. She knows people that know TJ. Of course she does. She probably reached out to those people. Oh. So here, footage. Yes, you can see how close the cameras are. Who's this man standing next to Stacey? Is that her best friend that does her hair? Is that who is that standing there? Let me rewind the footage. Again, under copyright act of blah, 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 act of 1976. We're allowing for fair use, even though this is technically not even out yet. I'm messing with Bravo. When I play this trailer, y'all, I'm playing audio only, and we're stopping and going. Austin says, it's okay you lied to us. I still liked her for the most part over the season. So this seems to be at some sort of group event. As you can see, I know a lot of you have not seen the behind the scenes of how filming goes, but here we are. You can see the production, the camera crew, and everything like that. So there seems to be some sort of conversation happening. So a lot of the blogs are saying that Giselle and Ashley are confronting Stacey. Stacey, you gave them too much. You gave them too much fodder for them to run with this season, so they can distract from having their own storyline. They're going to make you their storyline, make you their conflict for the season. And I hope you drag them, girl. And I hope, Bravo, Truly Original, you brought on someone that can support Stacey and be a friend to Stacey. I haven't heard about Jazzy coming back. I know there was that rumor that she quit and she posted this thing and she said that's not true, that she never posted anything. So I don't know if Jazzy's coming back. I do know that Stacey and Jazzy have a friendship. And remember, Stacey, Jazzy brought her invitation to Andy. She wants to be on this show. And at this particular point, I want to see it. And I need Stacey to have some support, because at that reunion, it felt like nobody was going to support her. Okay? QD, not QD telling me to, come on, QD, come on.
What is this, honey?
QD says, this looks so staged and unnatural. What is this, honey?
What is this, honey?
But quiet as it's kept, guys. You guys never see this. This is how it normally is. Okay. Toya says Jazzy is in Dallas. I know, but she's a flight attendant, isn't she? Okay. Anyway, so this is the footage. Shout out to Hey Melissa on Instagram, got the footage. I don't know if she was there and she was taking, maybe this was like a public event and people were filming, so fine. Austin says, y'all think Dr. Wendy Osefo will be back? I think so. I haven't heard that she isn't. So I'm pretty sure that she will be back. But this has got me looking at Ashley and Giselle's relationship, because you remember, if you've been watching Real Housewives of Potomac for a long time, then you know that Ashley and Giselle and Robin have had their issues over the years. So it's interesting to see their friendship now. But again, I don't know if this is a real friendship. I feel like this is more of an alliance, in my opinion. But fine. So that's footage that's leaked when it comes to Real Housewives of Potomac. But the reason why you're all here is for the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 mid-season trailer dropped a couple of hours ago. Live chat, for those that are watching on YouTube, be sure to vote in our live chat poll on how you would rate it. Let me see how many people have rated this already. Let me see. And shout out to our members. It is a members-only live chat. We have 1,500 of you watching. Keep voting, y'all. We have like almost 600 votes, and based off the 600 votes, it's close. Some of you are rating it, 44% of you are rating it 4 to 6, so mid. And some of you are rating it 7 to 10, which is hot for me. And that's 40%. So it's close. It's better than what the episodes have been doing when we try to rate the episodes. So as I said before, I'm not going to show you the video. You can shout out to our friends, Jay's Reality Blog on Twitter. You can see it there. You can see it on OMFG Reality TV on Twitter or Instagram. You can watch it there, okay? If you want to see all the visuals. So I'm going to play the audio, but I'm going to stop and go because of copyright, okay? But we will be breaking this down, internet gods, for research and reporting and commentary per usual, okay? All right, so let's break down this week's episode. Not this week's episode, the mid-season trailer. Before we get to the mid-season trailer. So, one of the things that we said throughout this, the last few weeks, we've been saying that Porsha has been feeling more like a friend of the show. And after her comments about Charles, Angela Oakley's husband, Charles, she is getting a lot of backlash. And a lot of people has led a lot of people to talk about Portia's flopping this season. She's giving friend up vibes. She's dragging the situation with Drew. And apparently in the mid-season trailer, we see more of that play out. But Porsha had a response to everyone talking about how she's not having a great season. Okay? So the person says, I was so excited for your return just to see you being so mean, dismissive. This is with love, a fan said to her. So she reposts it and says, I'm with you on that. Too bad you are getting half of the reality. Check out my YouTube channel, Porsha for real. It's in real time love. And I have to say, she is more likable probably on her YouTube channel. However, I've said this before, and some might say this is in defense of Porsha, might not be in defense of Porsha. It feels like she wanted to have one storyline before she filed for divorce, and that was going to show her life with Simon. I'm not sure how I would feel about that because, again, what would that look like? Is it going to look like Portia's Family Matters or Portia's Family of Lies, as I've called it? Is it going to look like that? Because we weren't entertained by that. So who knows? But then she filed for divorce and she couldn't. Then Simon was sending all these cease and desist. She couldn't film in her home. And it looks like she really couldn't even talk about Simon. But she decided to drag out a beef with Drew, which is playing out in the mid-season trailer as well. Okay? All right. Oh, damn, Austin. Austin says, how can Porsha be a friend of the show when she ain't a friend to nobody? Well, we're going to talk about that as well because in the mid-season trailer, we see the fallout that happens between Porsha and her best friend from when they were in grade school happened during the season. But Shamea, did you actually show Porsha's text? But again, what was the text message? Was it a deep, dark, secret text message or was it something else? I guess we'll have to wait and see. Okay, so let me play this trailer for you again. I'm going to be stopping and going. You might hear a little bit of an echo. We're trying to distort. Okay? All right, so let me play this mid-season trailer for you guys. Okay, hold on. And I'm gonna, like I said before, I'm going to stop and go.
Still to come on this season of The Real Housewives of Atlanta.
So this is the intro of Phaedra coming. All right. So they're riding a lot on Phaedra's return. As you saw when Andy Cohen was stopped by paparazzi and he was asked about Kenya, he wanted to lead it back to, well, Phaedra's coming in 4 to 5 weeks and blah, 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 blah. All right. Fine.
Frick and Frack is definitely back. Wonder Twins, activate.
I said this before. You guys will let me know as well. I've never been like, oh my God, Frick and Frack were so iconic. Some people say that it was. I have never felt like Frick and Frack were iconic. But that's me.
Have you ever sniffed another woman?
Yeah. So this is where Porsha and Ralph are filming together. And even when she says it, like, have you ever sniffed another woman? I didn't know what was happening between Drew and Dennis. But this conversation between Ralph and Porsha was giving, oh, she'll take your husband. I'm sorry.
Where'd you sniff her at?
She says that to Ralph. Where'd you sniff her at? It was giving flirtatious. Just saying, in my opinion.
Oh,
Chichi, we gotta go.
Check.
Okay, so for those that, again, you're only hearing the audio. I'm just telling you from what, because I watched it multiple times, so I don't even need to see the video. I can tell you what I'm hearing. So here, in that particular moment, what you're hearing there was a scene between Phaedra and Check. If you watch Married to Medicine, some of you don't watch Married to Medicine, so I'm going to tell you. Check was a guy that was friends or is friends with Apollo, Phaedra's ex-husband. Apparently really good, like he's Uncle Check to Apollo's kids, okay? Phaedra brought him on their big trip. She met him at a speed dating event, and apparently he's going to be a part of her storyline this season. So we see this little interaction between Check and Phaedra. Again, I don't believe it. I'm never going to believe it. Phaedra has been lying to us since go, okay? She has not started telling us the truth ever.
Shamea is not anyone's lapdog.
Kiss my mother name.
The person barking was Shamea. When they talk about Shamea being Porsha's lapdog, Shamea barking. So that says to me when Shamea did that on Watch What Happens Live, that it was already rehearsed. Okay, that's her response.
Bitch, stay with me now, because it was a lot.
We're hosting in Grenada with a female.
So their big trip is to Grenada.
You guys look amazing. We're gonna be mad when she see they left her out.
So first of all, Angela for me is a standout in this trailer. Okay, Angela for me, and based off this picture that you guys can see behind me on YouTube and Facebook and on Twitch and Twitter, based on what we've seen this season, no, they need to move Angela to front and center. She should have been front and center, but I get it. The only the big name a part of the season, they had to put Porsha. But based off the season so far, Angela needs to be front and center in this group picture for Real Housewives of Atlanta season 16. Okay? And not Tricks of Thoughtlandia. All right. Let me go back a little bit. So there's this moment between Kelly and Shamea coming in with matching outfits. Remember I pointed this out when we saw it during the Nashville trip between Kelly and Britt. So we start to see in the mid-season trailer the falling out between Kelly and Britt. Here's the thing. You know I'm never team anybody, but Kelly has shown up so many times for Britt, and I'm just seeing Britt being clinging to who and whatever at this particular point. And I don't feel like she's a loyal person at all, in my opinion. But I'm going to wait and see. I might feel differently by watching how the season plays out. But we shall see. Someone say, is it Grenada, Mississippi? No. Is there a Grenada, Mississippi? I hope not. Are they fooling us? All right.
We're gonna be mad when she see they left her out, and I'm here for it.
You could have just pulled me to the side. If you know something, share it with me.
I feel like with Britt and Kelly, something not right in the water.
So we're starting to see the fallout between Britt and Kelly's relationship. Again, I think it's Britt's fault, but we shall see.
I'm gonna talk.
I haven't talked to Britt since Grenada.
Let me tell you.
That was Kelly. Kelly was talking about how she has not talked to Britt since Grenada. Sidebar, I'm trying to remember, did they I guess it's a mid-season trailer. It's only a trailer, so they're not going to be able to show everything. But okay.
Britt.
This is better than the Wimbledon Championship.
You better talk to your pill-popping roommate.
So Kelly says that to Britt. So when she says pill-popping roommate, is she referring to Mike? Is that a double entendre? Meaning roommate, meaning like there ain't no sex in that relationship, and the streets that have been talking are true. And the reason why he's always so is because of pill pops. Look, pill pops. I'm asking questions we don't know. She could be talking about someone else for all we know. She could be talking about her roommate during this trip. But I'm starting to believe. that, okay, for Kelly to say that says to me she knows a lot more than some of the other people. Because remember, she was the only one that was really close with Britt besides Shamea. And Britt even falls out with Shamea this season. So that says a lot to me. And we see why Britt and Shamea fall out in this trailer. Or at least we see signs of it. because Britt's the one who runs to Porsha and says, oh, she showed me your text message. Look.
Nobody wants to be you, you little hobbit.
Match point.
Pill popping roommate.
Pill popping roommate.
Nobody wants to be you, you little hobbit.
And again, I'm sorry. Some of y'all gonna be like, oh, you're a Team Twirl. No, I'm not. Because Team Twirl hates me too. Okay. But here's the thing. This is what I said about Britt. If Britt was iconic, if Britt had clapbacks, if Britt was smart and witty and charming, I would tell you that. But there we go. Calling Kelly a little hobbit. Come on.
Match point.
Shamea may feel that this is a lopsided friendship.
Wow. She showed me text messages.
Okay, so this is where Angela has a conversation with Porsha and tells Porsha about the divide in her relationship with Shamea. Let me just rewind this a little bit.
Feel that this is a lopsided friendship.
Wow. She showed me text messages between the two of you guys.
This is Britt telling this to Porsha. Okay? First of all, the fact that y'all could let these Johnny-come-latelys, people that are not in your friendship, come in between your friendship tells me a lot more about the friendship and it being on thin ice in general. But I don't think it's on thin ice because of Shamea. We've seen Shamea be too loyal to Porsha. But maybe look, at the end of the day, I will say that's on you too, Shamea. Porsha has showed you who she is for years, and you just sort of turned a blind eye to it. But maybe this is a good thing that you X this cousin Faith out of your life. Maybe this is a good thing because eventually she may have come for Gerald, but I don't think Gerald would have cheated on you. Just saying.
Do you think that's what a best friend should be doing?
I've never allowed anybody to talk.
And remember, Shamea was the friend that brought Britt and Kelly together because she was cool with Britt. And this is Britt carrying news to Porsha. And I hope Porsha don't trust Britt because always look at the person carrying news.
You guys, do you think that's what a best friend should be doing?
I've never allowed anybody to talk down about my.
This is Shamea talking. And I really believe Shamea when Shamea says that she values this friendship with Porsha. We've seen her value this friendship to a fault. So she's getting upset.
You guys, do you think that's what a best friend should be doing?
I've never allowed anybody to talk down about my friendship. And apparently that's not reciprocated.
She's just realizing this, Shamea. You're just realizing this. But it's okay. It's okay. Maybe you're really realizing it at the right time, right? Okay.
Ralph literally locked me out of the house.
He's trying to claim being rightful owner to.
Hold on. Ralph locked Drew out the house. Hold on.
Ralph literally locked me out of the house.
He's trying to claim being rightful owner to RHOSLC LLC.
Ralph is claiming to be the owner of RHOSLC LLC, which is very possible. Probably when they got married, they did all of this stuff. I don't know why people do this stuff, but I'm not surprised by that. He probably paid for it. He probably didn't put her down as one of the owners of the LLC, even though it's her name. Damn. And I'm not surprised because,
Trying to claim being rightful owner to RHOSLC LLC.
Last night I talked to Mark. It was a lot of no, like you and.
So this is, I guess, a friend of Kelly talking about Mark, her ex-husband.
They need to get back in a good place. No.
So that part of this trailer, I was trying to understand, like, get back in a good place. With who? Not with this man that abused her, allegedly. I'm going to say allegedly.
They need to.
Well, no, we don't have to say allegedly. He threatened her in front of the judge.
Back in a good place. No.
Are you serious? You say you're not dating like this. None of my business.
So this is a sit down. For those that are just joining us, we're talking about the mid-season trailer of season 16 of The Real Housewives of Atlanta. So eventually, how many episodes in? I don't know when the sit down happens, but in the mid-season trailer, we see a sit down between Porsha and Drew. Finally. So this is what you're about to hear is this sit down between Porsha and Drew drops some tea about Porsha and Future, the rapper.
Are you serious? You say you're not dating like this. None of my business. That's the fact that you're dating.
Who's black? Who's black? Who's she talking about when she said you're not dating black? Is that another name for Dennis, or is this another man? Oh, hold on.
You say you're not dating like this. None of my business. That's the fact that you're dating Future. Okay.
It was all in the blogs.
Drew, but see, here's the thing. Drew is quick with it. Drew comes back. Oh, well, you know, the people say that you're dating Future. Well, everybody's dating Future at this particular point.
The fact that you're dating Future. Okay.
It was all in the blogs.
And immediately, I'm just going to give you the facial expression that Porsha gives her. Porsha gives her what she's been giving us this entire season. And she's like, okay. Like she's not going to engage. She's not going to have the conversation. Porsha, this is not good for you. You gotta give something.
It's none of my business. That's the fact that you're dating Future. Okay.
It was all in the blogs. People are saying it.
I know some married men that don't wear rings as well.
Yeah, my husband does not wear it.
So Angela reveals that Charles Oakley doesn't wear his ring. I already know what y'all gonna say.
No?
Apparently, you're just so easy to.
Just hold on to your panties.
Some man had a word.
So this is Phaedra on the phone, and the people that are listening were Porsha and Britt Edie. Okay, I actually have a photo of it. Hold on, I got a photo of that. Hold on. Where's my photo of them talking? Was it this one? Yep. Oh, and who's that next? Oh, that's Cynthia. Cynthia was there. Okay, and this is Phaedra on the phone. Let me play it.
Angela.
Just hold.
No?
Apparently, you're just so easy to.
Just hold on to your panties.
So that's from a scene where we hear Angela talking to Charles Oakley. That was from a scene that I think is going to be in this week's episode. So again, we're getting the mid-season trailer, but I think that's in this week's scene as well. Okay.
Some man had a word for Angela.
What?
Your husband is cheating.
Get your motherfuckers out of here.
Please stop.
Am I wearing pearls?
So wait a minute. So I have to say the ending of this trailer is a little confusing because I'm trying to understand who this other man is that's involved in this sort of argument between Angela, Charles, and this other man. And it's happening at a group event. I'm not fully understanding what's happening there, but now I'm sort of like, but again, it's centered around Angela. Give Angela her things. And when I say her things, Center Peach sitting next to Andy, I give her things. Okay. Oh.
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
Who is Charles kicking out, and why is Angela saying no, leave him alone? Is that her brother? Who is that? Who is this man?
Get your motherfuckers out.
Your husband is cheating.
Get your motherfuckers out of here.
Please stop.
Am I wearing pearls?
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
Because they need to be clutched.
You're a horrible person. How could you do something?
And then in this particular scene, we see Angela looking down. I think she's talking to one of the women. I think. Again, we don't know. Again, this is a trailer. And we see her talking down to someone. And she says that you're a horrible person. Let me play it back for you. So there's something that happens between Angela, Charles at this group event. And that man, we don't know.
Get your motherfuckers out of here.
Please stop.
Am I wearing pearls?
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
Because they need to be clutched.
You're a horrible person. How could you do something like that?
Pause. Hold on. Toya, I thought the same thing. Toya says, I think that audio is misplaced, Kempire. No, it's not misplaced. It's intentionally placed that way. And this is what Bravo does. And they allegedly put this in the Housewives contract where it's not even just Housewives. I know Erica Mena talked about this too. You could say something how many weeks before, maybe even seasons before, and they can splice the audio and include it. I agree with you. Maybe when Angela says that, it had nothing to do with what we're watching in the trailer. So who knows? Elizabeth says that she's talking to Britt. I guess we're gonna have to wait and see at this particular point. Let me just read, because this is like the last 5 seconds that I'm playing for you guys, that over and over again, because it's interesting. Let me go back a little bit.
Some man had a word for Angela.
What? Your husband is cheating.
Get your motherfucking ass out of here.
Please stop.
Here's the thing. Phaedra is always ready to be at the center of someone else's drama, but never really wants to talk about the real things going on with her. And again, with Apollo coming out last week with that whole dissertation in defense of Shireen, I feel like they were setting us up for whatever's going to be Phaedra's storyline, because even based off of the trailer, we don't know what Phaedra's storyline is going to be at all. It's the same. For those that are slamming Bravo's not the only network that does it. As I mentioned before, Erica Mena said it too. This is reality television. I'm not saying it's right, but Bravo's not the only reality network that does it. They shouldn't do it, but I've seen it. I've noticed it. We've called it out during reviews. We talked about this with Real Housewives of Beverly Hills at one point too. All right, that's why sometimes when you don't see their face and you're hearing audio, I'm like, I don't trust it. I don't trust it. But all right, let me go back.
Am I wearing pearls?
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
Because they need to be clutched.
So when she says, when Angela says, no, leave him alone, a lot of you believe that audio was spliced from something else to make us believe she's talking about Charles. Maybe. We'll have to wait and see the season. This is what the trailer's for. Right? Guys, we have almost 2,500 of you watching on YouTube and Facebook. Thank you. Don't forget to like the video. It's easy, free way of supporting the channel. Shout out to those of you watching here on TikTok as well, and those of you watching on Twitch and Twitter. We are breaking down the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 mid-season trailer, which dropped earlier today. Be sure, if you're a part of the replay crew, to let us know your thoughts on everything that we've covered so far. I'm going to continue playing these last 5 seconds again. And then, actually, before I do that, let me just drop the call-in link for our members first. So if you're a member of the channel, I'm going to drop this on our YouTube post tab. So you just head on over to our YouTube page, and if you're not subscribed, subscribe. But if you're a member, I mean, you're subscribed. Okay. All right. So members, I'm dropping the call link for you guys first before I finish analyzing the mid-season trailer. So, and live chat, I will drop the call-in link for the live chat in a bit. Keep liking the video. We have 2,500 of you watching and only 547 likes. I will never understand it, ever, but it's okay. Keep watching. All right. And again, liking my video helps support other content creators that look like me, cover similar topics. And here we don't just talk about housewives, we talk about everything in pop culture. And be sure to subscribe to the Kempire podcast, all right? So that you can hear some of the live content that we've posted there, but also special episodes and our Club Kempire podcast subscription that's over there, where I'm talking about a whole lot of stuff. So shout out to our Club Kempire baddies as well for their support. Okay, so let me just play the last 20 seconds of this mid-season trailer again to examine what is happening here. Okay, so this is they end this trailer with about Angela's relationship with Charles, rumors about him cheating, him not wearing a wedding ring. There's something happening at this group event between Charles and this other man. And we see Angela say to one of the ladies, not sure, but she's looking down. I mean, she's a tall woman, but she's looking down. Okay. She's looking down, and you'll hear what she says.
What? Your husband is cheating.
Get your motherfucking ass out of here.
Please stop.
Am I wearing pearls?
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
No, leave him
They
alone.
need to be clutched.
You're a horrible person. How could you do something like that?
Let me look. I gotta play the last 10 seconds again.
Ass out of here.
Please stop.
Am I wearing pearls?
Get him out of here.
No, leave him alone.
Because they need to be clutched.
You're a horrible person. How could you do something like that?
You're a horrible person. How could you do something like that? She almost got the Candy cry. And you know when Candy gets all shaky in her voice? She almost got a little bit of that at the end. Let me play it again.
Leave him alone.
Because they need to be clutched.
You're a horrible person. How could you do something like that?
She said, how could you do something like that? Oh, Angela, we're rooting for you, girl, because you're the only one bringing it this season. Well, not the only one, but she's one of the leaders for us in our community in regards to Angela really is bringing it this season. So shout out to Angela. If you guys had to rate the trailer, let me see on YouTube. If you had to rate the trailer from 1 to 10, live chat, those of you watching on TikTok, let me know how you would rate the trailer as well. Over 1,000 votes, and you're giving it a mid for the trailer, which is not bad. A 4 to 6 is not bad. So maybe you guys are leaning more towards a 6, which is not bad. 43% of you are voting that the trailer was about 4 to 6. And 39% of you are giving it a rating of 7 to 10. Okay, replay crew, be sure to let us know your thoughts, okay? All right, so before we get into the callers, I do want to say thank you because we had a few super chats, and thank you guys so much for the super chats. We appreciate it, but you can also support just by liking today's video. Demi, thank you so much for the super chat. Demi says, it could be Meredith if Mary posted it. You know Mary is not social media savvy. Demi, that was Lisa. That was Lisa. Tamara, thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support. Tamara says, Kempire, on that thought, I tagged you in a video where Candy and Nene sat down, and Candy said, you are always shading me and never supporting me. And Nene was like, that's not true. We need to clock that scene. I remember that. I forgot. That's early Real Housewives of Atlanta, Tamara. I'm going to have to check that out. Where did you tag me? Was it on Twitter? Where was it? You remember, I'm on all the platforms, and I get tagged and all kinds of stuff. I mean, I'm grateful for the support, but Lord have mercy, it's a lot. It's a lot of notifications and things to keep up with. Tamara, thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate your support as well. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keith, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Keith says, Giselle nor Ashley can read a Dr. Seuss book, so Stacey is fine. I mean, you got a point. But, Stacey also can't, deliver back, so... But Ashley and Giselle's storyline has always been them confronting people because they have nothing else going on. Fade your voice. I mean, you bring up very valid points. I agree. In regards to Real Housewives of Potomac and the scene that we just saw, for those that are just joining us. Blue Sky, thank you so much for the super chat. Blue Sky says, Porsha is the new cousin... Someone said that the other day here on channel. It's stuck in my mind. She kind of favors Cousin Faith, too. Porsha is the new Cousin Faith, ladies. Watch your husbands. Laughing out loud. The season of liars. Phaedra, Porsha, and Drew. Love Mrs. Oakley. I have to say she's bringing it. But again, she's a Taurus, so I'm a little biased. Barry, thank you so much for being a member and for being a member for a long time. Barry says, is Porsha mad that Shamea set her up with a scamming African who's embarrassing her, hence why Porsha is treating her this way? Barry, rewind time. Even before she got set up, I don't even think Porsha set Shamea set Porsha up with Simon. But rewind time, Portia's been treating Shamea like this for years. But again, I'm going to wait to see. We might be on Portia's side. We might be. I'm going to keep an open mind because if Shamea did something wrong, we're going to say it. At least I will say it. Y'all might not say it. Like, I wouldn't want my best friend showing my text message to a Brit Edie. Okay? So, Keith, thank you so much for another super chat. Keith says that Delilah spirit in Porsha is why she has 2 ex-husbands and a baby daddy. Also, where is Miss Esquire? Is Ralph trying to gain squatter rights? Miss Esquire, please chime in if you're around. Nicole, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Nicole says, Shamea, some people don't like your anointing. Ooh. I can see Porsha being jealous. I mean, she is a Cancer. Cancers, calm down. I'm being facetious. Duchess, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Duchess says, Angela better get first chair at the reunion. I don't know if they're going to. I do see Porsha sitting next to Andy. Probably is going to put Phaedra next to Porsha. I really do think that she should be at that other side. Again, I know some of you that are not Real Housewives fans, you're like, who cares? And for a long time, Candy, longest running housewife on Atlanta, didn't care. And they would put her at the edge of the seats, like about to fall off the stage. And she was like, I'm still coming back next season. So, and was the highest paid. So it's not a really determination. I know for some housewives, it's a power position. Okay. Jasmine, thank you so much for being a member for 3 months. Jasmine says, replay crew member here. Wanted to say hi. Have a great day, family. Thank you, Jasmine. We appreciate that. I'm glad I got to see your thing because they don't save, like when you guys have your anniversaries for members on YouTube, For some reason, this system doesn't save it. I know StreamYard saves it, but it doesn't save in this system that I use. So it's all right. All right. I think I'm done talking about it. So let me see if we got any members backstage that want to chime in. I even look. Oh, yeah, we got a long line. All right. Once we get to 750 likes, even though I should say 1,000. Actually, no. If you're a member of the channel, I've dropped the call-in link for you guys on the post tab. Let's get to 1,000 likes, and I will drop the call-in link for the live chat. Because all you Johnny-come-latelys that are watching but not liking, y'all gonna just keep watching. Okay, members, I've already posted the link. We have quite a few members that are in the chat already. All right, let's bring, and this gives more time for our members. They'll get their full minute. All right, Toya's backstage. We're gonna bring Toya up next. Toya, what's going on? Oh, wait, Toya, let me put up my disclaimer. Toya, hold on one second. Before we do that, today's live show is brought to you by our friends over at Factor Meals. As you know, I have a busy schedule. Today's Friday, but our brother is working here on a Friday afternoon. But after this, I do not feel like cooking. All I have to do is pop in a Factor meal, and in 2 minutes, I have a dietitian-approved, delicious meal ready to go. And of course, Factor has you covered this summer, because who wants to be cooking in this heat? It's 80 degrees here in New York City. So who wants to be cooking? Not me. All right? So make this your best season yet with nutritious 2-minute meals from Factor. Eating well has never been this easy. Just heat up and enjoy, giving you more time to do what you want. Get outside instead of prepping and cooking indoors. Factor meals arrive fresh and ready to eat, perfect for any active lifestyle. Okay? So with 45 weekly menu options, you can pick gourmet meals that fit your goals. Choose from Calorie Smart, Protein Plus, Keto, and more. All right? Get started at factormeals.com/Kempire50off and use code Kempire50off to get 50% off plus free shipping on your first box. That's code Kempire50off at factormeals.com/Kempire50off for 50% off plus free shipping. More information on Factor Meals will be available in the description. All right, so let's get to our callers. Let me put up my banner to remind you guys that the opinions of the callers do not represent the opinions of myself, TheKempire LLC, or our sponsors. Okay. All right. Let me get to Toya. Hold on, Toya. Let me bring you back up. Toya, are you there?
Yes. Hi, Kempire.
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing well. Hot.
Okay. I just want to say I'm curious to see what's going to happen with Potomac. Hopefully in a few weeks we know who exactly is going to be brought back. We like Kiana, but I don't know if I want to see her and Greg in their drama. And I would love to see Jassy, but all that stuff came out online, which it kind of seemed like they weren't going to bring her back. So I'm like, what are we going to be left with Ashley and Giselle again? Just so they can interrogate Stacey? We know Stacey's lying. We don't need to go through a season breaking down her lies. We know she's lying.
And dare I say we don't care.
We don't care. So I don't know what's going to happen with Potomac. With Atlanta, oh my Lord. That last few seconds, it was so distorted. It was really hard to tell.
Yes.
But I just think that... Charles and Angela, honey, their marriage is going to go through it. It seemed like this show was going to run through their marriage. And best of luck to them. And Shamea is my girl, honey, and I'm team Shamea.
Okay. Thanks, Toya.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, we're going to bring up Nicole next. Nicole, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, how you doing?
Well, how are you?
I'm fine, thank you. One, I just wanted to say with Porsha, I'm just tired of people looking at her as a victim. She's a 40-plus-year-old woman. She's not a young girl. She's smarter than most people think. And I'm talking about a person who worked in immigration. All the stuff that's going on in our country right now. But tied into what you're talking about, what you've been talking about with Simon for months.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to process F1s, J1s, HB1s, all of them, visas in this country. And Simon, who is 50 plus years old, he came to this country 20, 30 years ago when immigration was manual papers. We had tons of file cabinets. So things changed coming to your city during the World Trade, when everything happened, 9/11.
Yeah.
That's when the system changed, where you have ICE Homeland Security, Department of State, they're all connected with one another. They know how you're maneuvering in this country. Just give me one more second, sweetheart. So what I'm saying is that she thought she was getting an African man, this wealthy man, but I really believe that she knew within that household what that man was doing.
Oh.
Because that's why Simon, I believe, is in detainment. Because I do believe, like you, if he was out, he'd be tweeting and all kinds of stuff, talking crap, you know? And I think what Porsha's doing right now, she realized, oops, ICE is watching her. Trust me, they are. And that's why she's being very careful of what she's trying to put that story. Okay, I'm gonna get off right now, but that's all I want to say for the people who are paying attention right now. You just pay attention. Like, she's doing it strategically. She's doing it strategically because she knows that, and I wouldn't be surprised if she did call ICE on him. But, you know, because she's petty. She's petty.
Okay. All right. Thanks, Nicole. We appreciate your perspective.
Okay. That's all I want to say. Have a blessed one.
You too. Bye. I didn't think about that, y'all. But is that an excuse for Porsha not to share more because ICE could be watching? I mean, that's a good enough reason for me. I didn't think about that. But again, this season was filmed before he got, snatched up by ICE. But all right. Shakia's backstage. We're going to bring Shakia up next. Shakia, what did you want to share?
Hi. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So first things first, with Potomac, I really just want Ashley Darby off of my TV screen. Like, I really just want her gone. With Atlanta, the mid-season trailer, it seemed okay. I give it like a 6.5 at best.
Okay, that's not bad.
It's something I'm going to tune in, but I'm not like excited about tuning in. Love Angela. I wish Angela would have joined previous years, like when they asked her before, because she really does seem like she's a good fit just for the Housewives franchise in general. Other than that, I don't like the other new girls. Shamea is okay, but I think it's just because we know her from before.
Yeah.
But I'm not really that interested. But that's it.
Okay. Thank you much, Shakia. Have a good day.
You too.
Bye. Shakia reminded me of something that I forgot to mention during our recap. I did see a clip where Carl, I'm not watching that review. I did see a clip where Carlo says in the early years of Real Housewives of Atlanta, they did ask for Angela Oakley to be part of the show. So in the early years of Atlanta, he said for years after that, they were asking for Angela Oakley to be on Real Housewives of Atlanta. And now we're finally getting to see her. I can see why. I mean, Charles Oakley is a big name in sports. So I don't know the sports like that, but I do know Charles Oakley's name. And based off of Charles Oakley's personality, he's some good reality television. Maybe not in the best way for himself or for his relationship, but yeah. All right. Let me get to the rest of these callers, guys. Again, keep liking the video. Once we get to 1,000 likes, I will drop the call-in link for the general audience to call in. But if you're a member, I've dropped this call-in link on the post tab here on YouTube. Shout out to everyone watching on TikTok. We have over 100 of you here. Keep tapping your screens. Let's get to 20,000 likes. And shout out to those of you watching on Twitter and Twitch as well. Shout out to everyone on Twitch. I see you, Charnel. Charnel's watching on Twitch. Okay. And Robo Beth is watching on Twitch as well. Okay. Let me bring up Duchess next. Duchess, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. How are you today?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. Just very quickly, the mid-season trailer was okay. It's very clear that Angela is carrying. She should have been on an earlier season. I hate that this is the batch of girls she got. Porsha's given us nothing. I doubt Phaedra's going to give us anything with that terrible wig. Angela, first chair. If she's not first chair, they're making a big mistake. And then as for RHOP, I swear if Ashley's quote-unquote singing career is her storyline next season, I'm not watching. I will not watch. I can't do it.
I just had a little bit of a nightmare as you said that.
I can't do it. I hate the fake singing career storylines on Housewives, but Ashley's is just especially egregious. But that's all I got. You have a wonderful Friday.
Thanks, Duchess. You too. She said that's especially egregious. I agree. I don't love those storylines, like specifically with Real Housewives of Atlanta. We're getting that as a storyline for two people. But at least those two people can sing their faces off. Ashley, on the other hand, I don't want to see Ashley doing what Countess Luann is doing, because I think that's egregious too. That people are paying money to go see Countess Luann. No money can't buy you. Wasting people's time and money by doing this. But if y'all want to pay for it and do it, go ahead. All right. Mind you, I'll just say this, and then I'll be done with it. Mind you, there are actually talented singers that you would probably pay money to see that won't even get a return phone call from these outlets and locations and record labels and things like that. Just saying. So when you think about supporting these people, like, oh, they're not doing any harm. Yes, they are, because there are people with real talent that don't have these opportunities. Just saying. All right, Cynthia's backstage. We're going to bring Cynthia up next. Cynthia, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. How are you? Long time.
Wow, I know. Are the kids
I've been
home?
watching. The kids been around. I need privacy.
I know. I understand.
How you doing, Kempire?
I'm doing well.
Kempire, on behalf of cancers, we have nothing to do with Porsha.
Oh.
I don't have that Jezebel spirit. I'm not feeling Porsha this season. She's probably upset. She has the right to be. And another thing too, what I realized, I think what drove Porsha and Shamea apart, could it be Phaedra's comeback? Because Shamea and Phaedra didn't really get along.
Yeah, I remember.
That's what I think.
Maybe. Okay.
Yeah.
Anything else?
But Angela's bringing it. She's bringing it, and I don't like Britt. Britt can go after this season.
Yeah. Okay.
She sucks.
Oh, damn. Thanks, Cynthia.
Have a good one, Kempire.
You too. Bye. I wasn't ready for the last part that she sucks. Yeah, I mean, she's not really giving anything. The one thing that we saw in the trailer, for those that, only heard the trailer, you haven't seen the trailer, is we see her laying bare-breasted on a counter. I'm like, ew, who's going to wipe that up? Ew, I don't want your bare breasts on my counter. But all right. Nelson the Virgo is backstage. Nelson, what's going on?
Hey, Camp, how are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. So the trailer, I thought was a little, it wasn't bad. The trailer wasn't bad. I think with that caller that said the thing about ice, oof, that is, I love it. I love the caller because I was not thinking about that either. I'm like, wait a minute, hold on, because now that really might be it.
They're watching.
No, listen, they're watching her. She can't go crazy, because then if she starts talking and saying what's, oh, I got this, I got that, Ice is going to be like, knock, knock, knock.
Mm-hmm.
Come over here real quick. They might do to her what they did to Erica. Take it all. Let's take all of it. But I'm a little, I don't know about Potomac. We'll see about Potomac. If they're already starting with the Stacey stuff, and listen, I'm a Giselle stan. Like, me, I'm a Virgo. So I always stand Giselle, but Jizzy, please, can we do something different? Please, Giselle, I love you, but come on. And I'm not here for no Ashley. She sucks. The music sucks. We don't need that. But I don't need the Real Housewives of Potomac Countess Luann to be Ashley, because that's what it seems like is happening. But have a good one. I'll see you next time.
Thanks, Nelson. Take care. Bye. All right. Let me get to the rest of these callers, guys. We're almost at 1,000 likes. Keep liking the video. Once we get to 1,000 likes, I will drop the call-in link for the general audience. Don't forget, you can hear an audio of today's live show on the Kempire podcast. While you're there, don't forget to give us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And last week, we dropped a weekend update that's exclusively on the Kempire podcast. And this is another reason why you should be subscribed. All right. Let me bring up O'Shea next. O'Shea, what's going on? What time is it in South Africa?
Hey, Kempire, it's 9 p.m. It's very early.
It's a decent hour.
It's a decent hour. You better drag the Countess Luann, as you should, because what you say is 100% correct. All these people, trying to find shortcuts for fame, just go get a job. Nothing wrong going to office and earning it. Like, there's no need for all of this, Ashley. I actually just going to say one thing about Giselle, because about her fighting with Stacey about hiring TJ and so on. I'm like, did you also not hire the husband in season 5? Did Monique not eat you alive with that binder? So it's, I know you just started filming. It's not too late to turn around, find something else to do. Maybe Actually, now that I think about it, I don't know what else she would do. But yeah, Giselle, do something else. If you hear the message, find something else to do. Go do be interesting, because that's really too much. But yeah, but thanks, Kempire. I just came to say that.
And also, you bring up a very valid point, and I hope Stacey is watching. Stacey, because I know you unfollow me, but I know you still watch. Hey, Stacey, you heard what O'Shea said. Bring it up. Take
the notes. Take the notes and eat her alive.
Yes, right, come on, girl. Thanks, O'Shea. Take care. Valid points. If they're gonna come for you for paying somebody, like Giselle, you would know. You did it in season 5. Let's talk about your ex coming on here. All right. Thank you so much, Miss T, for gifting memberships. We appreciate the support. Thank you. Taurus with the T's backstage. Taurus with the T. What's going on?
Happy Friday, Kempire.
You too.
I want to call in to say really quickly, because of you, I will be watching Miami this year. I'm so excited.
Have you not watched the past seasons?
No, I have not. But
Watch season 4, 5, and 6. They were worth it. They were so good.
What I did before was just watch the previous reunions, so maybe I'll go and take your advice. Really quickly, what I wanted to say was Porsha has a lot of nerves talking about Drew filming with Dennis, but her filming with Ralph was also very tacky. Girl, you do not have any standards. The Jezebel spirit within you lives and rises every single day. And Shamea, I would have never continued being friends with Porsha after Porsha sat there with Phaedra and Sheree and looked them dead in the face and said that Shamea was close to both Todd and Candy when they were hatching up all of those allegations. So Shamea gets whatever she gets. She needs to stop being in such denial when it comes to Porsha, and she needs to watch Gerald around Porsha, because I agree with Miss Bernice. I won't even let my goldfish around Porsha. And then the only person on Potomac whose music is actually very good is Candace. I listen to Candace's music. Ashley needs to hang it up. I don't want to see her on my TV. And so what if Stacey paid TJ? Get over it. Let's talk about something new. And thanks, Kempire. That's all.
Thanks, Tanya. Bye. And happy Taurus season. Okay. There was something that I wanted to say in regards to that, but I'll skip it so we can get to the rest of our calls. Again, if you remember, I have dropped the call-in link on the post tab here on YouTube. Live chat, we are 100 likes away from me dropping the call-in link. And we have like 5 or 6 more callers backstage. So just saying, you got a little time and I can drop the call link for you guys as well. But if we don't, that's fine with me. I can go enjoy the rest of my Friday. All right, I do want to say, Tanya, thank you so much for gifting memberships as well in the live chat. We appreciate that, guys. It is a members only live chat. We got Mrs. G backstage. Mrs. G, what did you want to share?
Hi, Kempire. Hey. I'm calling from Long Island. So hi.
Strong Island.
Yes. Just a couple of things. First, I don't take pleasure in seeing the fall of Shamea and Porsha's friendship. Having friends that I've had since I was that, young like that, and seeing it kind of fall apart in real time is sad.
Yeah.
It's really sad. But a couple of things. I hear a lot of people, when it comes to Shamea, as much as she's a beautiful person, beautiful family, Shamea does not give main character energy. She doesn't. Shamea she played the friend well, and there's nothing wrong with that. Everyone's not meant to hold the peach. See, unfortunately, Real Housewives of Atlanta was the standard. And up until, unfortunately, when Nene and everyone left, those shows fell apart, and I don't think they're going to get that back. I don't care how many times they recast or how many new people they bring, you can't get that back. Those girls had a synergy that is just once in a lifetime.
Lightning in a
I
bottle.
would love for them to bring some of them back and kind of try to even if Candy and Candy had a conversation with not Candy. Yeah, Candy and Phaedra. That would break the internet. But, I know I'm over my time, but I just hope that Real Housewives of Atlanta, I really think they just need to rethink this. And if they can't give us what we had before, then give us nothing at all.
Ooh. Okay. Thanks so much, Mrs. G. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye. Well, quiet as it's kept, the internet, after that one episode, they were like, Shamea is the star. She is the it girl. Why were you hiding her? And now we're episode 9 and everyone's turning on Shamea. But okay. That's why I said, let's wait and see, y'all. Calm down. All right. Barry's backstage. We're going to bring Barry up next. Barry, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire. How are you?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. You can stop with the cancer slander and don't put Porsha in with us. We do not claim her.
Okay.
I don't know anyone who's a cancer who moves like her. We don't claim her. The delegation.
I mean, I know one or two, but I'm not gonna mention no names.
I know more Tauruses who are messier than her. So we can talk.
Okay. Right there.
But I like how everyone is flip flopping now, saying they don't like Porsha. This is not the Porsha the fun-loving girl. This is the same Porsha who she's always been. She just let the slip show.
Ooh.
And also, Kempire, you broke the story about Shamea being the one to like set her up with Simon. Remember that Instagram post she posted about with that picture of her and Simon, and Shamea commented under it, and Porsha commented, "Thanks, Bessie, for being the best matchmaker ever." You.
Oh my God, Barry, why do you remember all this? I can't remember everything I post, Barry. But now I remember.
Brain over here. Yeah. Real elephant brain over here.
Yes.
So Shamea's not ish either. Birds of a feather flock together. If that's the kind of person Shamea is, and then they're perfect for each other. I've never ever. It's messy and it's gross. Yes, Shamea does live that life, but if she set up Simon and Porsha together, she's no better than Porsha. I'm sorry, I don't care. It's not, but like.
Why are you dragging us Tauruses during Taurus season?
Because someone needed to drag y'all the way you keep dragging Cancer.
and continue will. All right. Thanks, Barry. Bye. I forgot. I do now. As soon as he said the story, and I was like, "Oh yeah, I remember that story." Well, it's not like it's my tea; it's their tea. I was reporting the news. Okay, but yeah, damn, Shamea. Well, Dr. Frida, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Dr. Frida says, "Yay, I am off work. I love Angela Oakley. Ashley Darby needs to be detained if she disrespects Roberta Flack's song one more time." I agree, Dr. Frida, and I'm glad that you have the day off, and it's a beautiful day. I don't know where you live, Dr. Frida, but here in New York, it's a day to go to the beach, okay? Not that I'm going to the beach, but I'm just saying it would be a day to go to the beach. Kendra, thank you so much for being a member, and thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate your support. And thank you so much, Breezy, for being a member and for the super chat. Breezy says, "Oh wait, I gotta, Dr. Frida, this is your shimmy. Let me shimmy for the dollars. Motorboat. I'm doing Brit. And Breezy, thank you for the super chat, shimmy. Okay, enough of that. It's hot. Breezy says, remember how nasty Porsha was at the season 10 reunion, calling Candy victim Candy because she said that P's apology was backhanded. Even Dennis said that Porsha has a problem with apologies. She wants everyone else accountable, but not herself. I think Porsha really believed taking that time off from Real Housewives of Atlanta that people would suddenly forget. And that she would come back and she'd be married to Simon and people would not hold her accountable. Okay? Jamie says, as long as you don't drag the Capricorns. I don't think I've ever dragged Capricorns. They're supposed to be an ideal match for Tauruses. I mean, I tried that before. It didn't work out, but okay. All right. But I also I have an affinity for my earth signs. I know the Virgos are like, lies you tell.
Lies, the lie.
I still love my Virgos, okay? Keith is backstage. Speaking of Virgos, Keith, aren't you a Virgo? Keith, we can't hear you, Keith. Wait, Keith?
You can hear me now?
Now I can. What happened?
Okay, perfect. So yes, I am certainly the best Virgos, August Virgos. As you know, Michael Jackson, Kobe Bryant, a list of others. Mm-hmm. Okay. And we also going to claim Beyonce's and they, even though they were born in September, we still claiming them. They were just born a little late.
Oh.
Okay.
Overdue.
They were just born a little late, Okay. But anyways, like we're going to say, with Porsha, honestly, this whole situation with Shamea, I'm not surprised that this happened. I mean, honestly, I don't know how you can remain friends with someone that also accused you of being intimate or in threesomes with another cast member. Personally, I never thought Shamea was going to get main cast member energy because she always gave follower after that moment, because I don't know how you can remain friends with someone that would throw you under the bus and lie on your name like that. And y'all have been friends since middle school, high school. If my friend was to have done that, I'm cutting you off immediately. But then again, I'll cut you off because you look at me wrong. So maybe I shouldn't be the best one to take advice from. But I wouldn't have continued this friendship one way or another. Also, with Real Housewives of Potomac, Giselle, Ashley both need to be gone. They're boring. They have overly extended their welcome. And like when I look at the thing with Lisa Vanderpump, and when she said that certain people on Housewives make it their livelihood, I think of them because at 10 years, you should have something to show for yourself other than this show. And they have nothing to show for themselves, especially Ashley in that voice. She sounds like a billy goat. But that's about it.
Thanks, Keith. Take care. Bye. All right. Judgy Justice, you see how they dragging us Tauruses?
I know, it's rough, man. It's rough. Well, thank you for the cameo, birthday cameo. I took your advice.
You're welcome.
And I went out. I ate lunch outside and met some people, and we went out to happy hour yesterday.
Okay, excuse me. When's your birthday?
Yeah.
When's your birthday?
April 21st.
Oh, happy belated.
I'm the leader. I'm the leader of the Tauruses, if you didn't know. Well, I just wanted to say that, honestly, I've been enjoying the show because I like the new characters that are in here, and like how we're getting better of a different story now, and it's not the same characters playing the same roles. But I'm just really just disappointed that it's that the show's just taken such a dark swift with all these like not fun shade. It's not fun shade. And then also I think that Shamea has to finally, stand up for herself and like confront Porsha for the issues. She's always being passive with her instead of just calling it out and running to the other people in the circle.
Yeah.
Even though it makes good for TV because we're waiting for the, the big shaboo. But I think she should have went to Porsha. She should actually, tell her how badly she feels because I feel like it's dragging on from episode 1 when she showed up late to her birthday and they had her in the closet all the way up till now. And as a Taurus, that like I hold on to something for a hot second, be like, all right, I'm gonna let that one slide and put that on the shelf. But then that shelf gonna break. Baby, it's breaking over Portia's head. Bye.
Yeah, we do put a lot in the noted. I see what you just did there. But all right, Judgy Justice. All right. Speaking of Tauruses, Bernice, aren't you a Taurus too?
Yes, I am. I'm right behind Justy Justice, the 22nd.
Happy belated birthday.
So, thank you. So, I just wanted to say, speaking from someone that's been married to a Cancer for 15 years, okay, they are not loyal like Tauruses, and they are selfish. And that's exactly what Porsha is. And she met her match when she met Simon because they're both selfish and all about self. So that's why she got absolutely nothing in return. As for the show, it lacks my attention because I went to record it because I was watching something else. And in the middle, when I went back to it, I stopped recording it because I said, I just don't care to see it. I don't like it. It didn't get my attention. And I said, I'll listen to Kempire's, recap. So, but I do like Angela, and the show is lacking. And I don't know why they're going to bring back Phaedra because she lies all the time about everything. So I just don't know where the future of Atlanta Housewives is going to go.
All right.
And that's my opinion.
Thanks, Bernice. We appreciate you calling in. All right. Speaking of Atlanta, do you guys want me to come back and do a live show? Let me know. If you're watching the replay of this, be sure to let us know if you want the Kempire After Dark live experience to return to Atlanta. We were there almost a year ago. We were there in July of last year. So stay tuned. Stay tuned. New York City, stay tuned. I'm coming back to New York. Well, I live in New York, but the show is coming back to New York, and we're also planning some other things for New York. So stay tuned for that as well. And if you're a part of Club Kempire, I spilled a little tea there already anyway. So anyway. Shout out to our Club Kempires. There is a free 3-day trial. So if you want to check out and see what Club Kempire is on Apple Podcasts, go to your Apple Podcast app, or you can go to the Apple Podcast website if you don't have an Apple product. And you can check it out for 3 days for free. All right. Elizabeth RN is backstage. We're going to bring Elizabeth up next. Elizabeth, what did you want to share about all the things that are going on in Atlanta and in Potomac?
Hi, Kempire. Happy Taurus season.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you. So I just wanted to say I did enjoy the mid-season trailer.
Okay.
I think it was really fun. I like to see, the girls just bringing it. And I'm happy to see like the newbies are bringing it way more than the people we thought would carry the show, especially Angela. Angela seems to be keeping our attention. I do not care for Phaedra coming back because she seems to be doing that number that she brought to Married to Medicine. So I don't really know what she's going to bring, and I hope production will stop trying to force it unless she has a change in her presenting herself. She won't even let the cameras in her house half the time. It feels.
Yeah.
So I want production to stop. And I feel like I disagree but agree at the same time with Mrs. G, the caller that came in. We will not get the Real Housewives of Atlanta of Nene and Kim and Candy. Those days are over, and so I feel like if the fan base lets go of that version, maybe we can enjoy the new age of the franchise. But other than that, we will never get it. So we can't expect the newbies and the new girls and the new seasons to bring that vibe. And that's all.
All right. Thank you so much, Elizabeth.
Thank you.
And here's the thing. I think the more that people say that, these newbies try to pretend to be what we've seen on Real Housewives of Atlanta, and then they come across inauthentic. However, what I will say with Angela, she does come across herself. I don't know about some of the other folks that are on the show. I do think that we get the real Shamea. But again, those are two Tauruses. We can't help but be ourselves, even if y'all don't like it. Okay. All right. Oh, damn. We hit over 1,000 likes. All right. Damn. I thought I would get away with it. Even though I don't have to but I'm a man of my word. I'm a Taurus. Man of my word. I did drop the call link for the general audience, but we have our members backstage. I'm going to bring up Angel next. Hold on a second. Angel, what is going on?
Hey, Kemp. Happy Friday.
You too.
So I was listening and observing as always, and I'm just thinking that, well, okay, average Ashley has definitely replaced regular Robin, and I'm tired of her, of course, and like all the housewives are kind of burning me out at this point. The way they're pushing Atlanta so hard for this mid-season is just ridiculous. Kelly did a good job hosting. She was on Side Dish yesterday, and I think we like her. I like her. She's being vulnerable, but I think part of that is she dropped tea saying she auditioned 3 times before she got cast. So she's one of those housewives that I think knows what we want to see, and that's why she's giving us that. And I may be unpopular in this opinion. I'm not 100% Team Angela yet because I'm not sure about her yet. She's hiding stuff and secrets are coming out. So I'm not sure about my feelers on Angela just yet. I like her, but I'm not 100% pro her yet.
Yeah,
but
you don't have to be pro anybody.
The way they're peddling the season so hard and it's just average. I don't know. I'm going to be here until the season finale or to the reunion. So we'll see.
Okay. Thanks, Angel. Angel. I was going to say Angela. Wait. I couldn't help myself. Okay. All right. Tyler's backstage. We're going to bring Tyler up next. Tyler, what did you want to share about this mid-season trailer or Potomac as well? We were talking about that.
Well, I just want to say this. Portia's around. Hide your husband, hide your wife, hide your cousins, hide whatever, because she's open and on the prowl. But in all sincerity, I will say this. This is not the best season of Atlanta, but I will say this. That's Bravo's fault for overhyping it instead of selling it as we're trying to revamp and revitalize it. I think the fans would have approached it better if Andy wasn't, oh, this is the best season ever. It's not. It's going to be a slow burn because you have newer girls there. I do like Angela. I love Shamea too, and I like Kelly. I think they're coming in how you should come in. Britt is not take Kenya's situation aside. I think that made her more interesting because Britt was not a good choice. She's not. I think that Britt's place could have been more so maybe for an OG should have been there and then maybe phase them out. That's the only thing that I think they did wrong this season. I'm sorry. Only thing I think they did wrong this season was not bringing back a major OG to anchor them. That's it. But other than that, it's pretty good. And if I were Porsha, they sold this season around you. I would be insulted that they had to go get Phaedra. That means you're not valuable at all. They had to go get someone else because you cannot anchor this show on your own. You're not who you think you are, baby. Go find somebody else's rich man and do what you need to do. That's all. Thank you.
Thanks, Tyler. Bye. Tyler did it all sweet, too. Damn, y'all going in. All right, let me get to the rest of these callers. So, okay, rest of you callers, please respect the timer, okay? I'm trying to wrap this up, all right? Marcus says, Kempire, let's talk. I'm the guy at the end of the trailer. Who are you, Marcus? And why were you fighting with Charles Oakley? He hit me up on Twitter, y'all. Marcus M., who are you? Who are you at the end of the trailer? Who is that? Like, why were you fighting with Charles? We're trying to figure it out. Respond back. He sent this about 10 minutes ago. Marcus, tell us. I mean, well, you can't because you signed an NDA. But are you related to Angela? Like, what's the relation? Marcus. All right, let me bring Chrissy up. Chrissy, what's going on?
Hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes, can you hear me?
I can hear you. So when I was watching the trailer, I saw a still, and I was like, is that Shamea at that table with Porsha and Drew's ex-husband? I can't remember his name. But Ralph. I was like, is that Shamea? Shamea, I'm tired of her. Like, and I like Shamea, but why are you there? Like, Porsha does not support you like you support her. And this is also an issue I have with Porsha, and people should have known that Porsha was not going to be able to be the center of the show because Porsha always needs somebody there with her to support her. Yeah. And Shamea, let me tell you something, just like when you say, like, you support your Kempire, I support Chrissy. Okay, I'm the main character of my life. Yep. I don't want to be nobody's Robin. Even if I can support my friends, don't call me to come with you with your shenanigans, okay? You can call me before, you can call me after, because I'm messy. But don't call me to come with you, okay? Because I don't have time. I'm married with kids, okay? And also, just one last thing. Angela, I love Angela, but Angela should never said that Charles does not wear his ring. Keep that to yourself. That's weird. He should be wearing his ring. He's too old to not be wearing his ring.
I think she was saying that.
Marriage.
I think she was saying that to get ahead because she knows he doesn't wear his ring. I think it's the only.
He needs to wear it. He needs to wear it. Even if it's a black ring, it's not a traditional ring. He can even have a tattoo, but he should be having something on that marriage, that wedding finger.
Chrissy, wedding rings come off.
He needs to put it back on. He needs to put it back on. But okay, that's all I had to say, Kevin.
Thanks, Christy. But I get it. There are some women, some men that feel like you should always have your ring on, but that doesn't stop someone from cheating, y'all. If something, women like Porsha, cousin Faith, that attracts them even more. Ask some of these heterosexual men. They say, when they wear their wedding ring, it attracts more women. What women? Women like Porsha. Marcus hasn't responded to me, y'all, yet. I'm looking, though. On Twitter, he hit me up and says, Kempire, let's talk. I'm the guy at the end of the trailer. Anytime someone hits me up and said, let's talk, I'm just sort of like, I don't like thirsty individuals. And Marcus, I'm not calling you thirsty. But if you were saying, let's talk, you're not going to use my platform. I just answer my question, Marcus. Why were you fighting with Charles Oakley? Why were you there? But some people, they get a little shine on reality television, and it's like, I have my moment. Okay, let me get to the rest of these calls because I've been drinking a lot of water, and you know how that is. Okay, Arjun is backstage. Arjun, what is going on?
Hello, Kempire. I was going to say, how we never got the season of Morocco? We should have never got the season of Atlanta. Oh. They should have kept it.
Morocco.
But I'm going to say, Angela, I love Angela. I'm watching the season because of her. And the fan, I need that fan. Angela, come with the collab. I need that fan. That fan is...
You can get a fan. They don't sell that in Portugal.
Wait, what fan is that? I've been trying to look for it.
Well, this is on TikTok.
Oh, do you have the link? Is that in your shop?
Yeah, I'll put it in my shop.
Okay, I'll get that. Also, other franchises learn. That's how you... Atlanta, the way they dress is so good. Learn, other franchises need to learn. Ooh. That's it.
Okay. All right, Arjun.
And I love Giselle and Ashley. Don't come for them. I'm joking. You can come for them, but I love them. I love Giselle and Ashley. And Stacey's back. I'm happy about that. You know I love Stacey, so I'm really happy.
Yes. Your girl is back and they're confronting her. Okay.
I don't care if she lied. I don't care.
We all said the same thing, Arjun. We said the same thing. Okay.
Yeah. Bye, Kempire.
Bye. All right, let's get to some more callers. We got a couple of more callers, guys, and we're going to wrap this up. If you haven't already, be sure to keep liking the video and keep sharing the video and get subscribed or become a member. Become a member today. Head on over to teamkempire.com/join. All right, let's see, Sierra, what's going on?
Oh, hey, Kempire, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, sorry, I was clacking away here at work. Kempire, if it quacks like a duck, okay? If it's going to steal your man like a duck, it is Porsha, Gobadia, sometimes Peach Juice Williams, like you always like to say. Why is anybody surprised? Porsha and Shamea are the same person. I'm pretty sure that friendship was built off of vanity, shallowness, and and wickedness, true wickedness. I'm excited that they're going to go to Grenada because that's where I'm from. But these are some real wicked bad gals I don't like. They're both the same type of person. Why would they go see Ralph? Who was checking for Ralph? Nobody's checking for Ralph. Okay, we're done with them. Let's go over to Potomac. You know I can't stand a Virgo. Giselle is the worst Virgo lead-in beep, beep, beep ever. And Ashley, big five-head Gemini self, why are they here? Why? They have to let it go. Let's move forward, please. Let's move forward. Hide your kids, hide your husbands. Porsha is coming around the corner. That's it. Ready for the season to wrap up. Phaedra gives nothing. Have a great day.
Thanks, Sierra. Bye. Hide your kids, Lord. All right. Oh, damn. I had a few super chats I didn't read. Hold on. Let me get to the super chats, guys, and then I'll get to the rest of these calls, and I'm going to wrap this up because it's a summer day here in New York City. I need to be out. It's a hot boy summer this summer. Shoot. All right, Jamie, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Jamie says, Shamea takes up for Porsha like Cynthia did for Kenya and how that turned out. Oh, damn. Really? You think it's like the same? I don't know. I feel like... literally in this season, we don't see Cynthia doing that for Kenya. And now people are dragging Kenya for that. All right. Kendra, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Kendra says, I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Team Taurus, May 3rd, thanks to the moderators and guards. Porsha and Phaedra can both leave. Meredith voice. Hold on. Happy birthday, Kendra. Thank you so much for the super chat. All right, Kat, thank you so much for the super chat. Kat says, dang, showed up late to the live replay crew. It's all right, Kat. We appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for the support. Nia, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. Nia says, what cancers broke y'all hearts? Please stop swinging. Ain't no cancer broke my heart. Okay. I just noticed a pattern of behavior with certain cancers. Okay. Myra, thank you so much for being a member and for the super chat. We appreciate your support as well. Ashley, thank you so much for the super chat. Ashley said, and for being a member, Ashley says, cancers take more from their friends than they give. It comes with the friendship. They don't mean no harm. Is this coming from a cancer? They're emotionally drained and need the energy. What? Ashley, what is going on? Edward, thank you so much for the super chat and for being a member. Edward says, Bravo might made a small comeback for me. Off the trailer? Okay. Thank you, Edward. Myra, thank you so much for another super chat. Myra says, now, not too much on cancers. Porsha is a June cancer and lacks substance, like most June cancers compared to July cancers. I don't know if I would say, I don't know about the June, July cancer part of that, but I wouldn't say that cancers that I know lack substance like Porsha, because Porsha does lack a lot of substance. TS, thank you so much for the super chat. TS says, Angela is carrying the season on her back. Poor thing. And luckily she is a strong back woman and she can do it. As she says, she wears a size, what size she said? 12? I don't remember what she said. Keith, thank you so much for another super chat. Keith says, sometimes a ring turns those Jezebels on. the married ring. Well, this ring. It gets them hot in the drawers. I wouldn't trust Porsha with my man, and he doesn't even want her box. First of all, Keith, because Keith, didn't you call in about your relationship during one of our dating lives? Are you talking about like a man that you got right now? Because Keith, let me tell Keith's business, but he called in and told the business. Are we talking about a current man, or are you just talking about if you had a man, your man wouldn't want her because he's gay? But are you talking about the man in Chicago? You see how I remember everything? Damn. I remember too much stuff. All right, Keith, thank you so much for the super chat. I'm telling all Keith's business, but he called in and shared the business. Bernice, thank you so much for the super chat. Bernice says, exactly, Kempire. I don't wear a ring or my husband. It's our responsibility to let others know our relationship status. A ring stops nothing. Okay, Bernice. I don't know how I'd feel about in a relationship. Do you guys think I should require my billionaire to wear a ring once we get married? Oh, Isabel mentioned magic. Messy boots in the chat. All right. HA is backstage. We're going to bring HA up next. HA, what's going on?
Hey, I'm doing well. I'm so sorry I missed it the last time. So glad I could make it.
It's okay.
But okay, here's the first thing I want y'all to know about Porsha. And I'm not sure why y'all forgot, but she is a bird.
Oh.
And this is some New York terminology I want the whole internet to catch on. It really just means she lacks morals. She lacks values. She doesn't have any ownership over herself, and she is sort of dumb. Okay, so anything Porsha does, I have to just remind myself she is a bird and she is kind of dumb, and it is what it is. And Shamea and Porsha are one and the same. Please don't get it twisted. Shamea is just a little smarter. Okay, moving right along. I just really think that Porsha, in my opinion, might be an undercover lesbian. Hear me out. When Porsha first came onto the show, she was really coming for the LGBT community. She started clocking everyone else as a lesbian. She called Shamea out for being a lesbian. She called Candy out for being a lesbian. And it really is giving projection. Like, she is always trying to get with women. And at the same time, if you look at her relationship with men, she doesn't seem to really have romantic love for them. She just uses them. Anyway, that's all I got to say.
Ooh.
Love the show and have a good day.
That's a hot take. Thank you so much.
Yes.
Take care. Bye. I mean, I've said that about heterosexual men that like to beat up on women. So, that's an interesting take. Okay. All right. Anyway, let's move. Our last caller will be Malaysia. Malaysia, what do you want to say in regards to what we've been talking about when it comes to this mid-season trailer?
Hi, Kempire. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, well, first let me say I am not looking forward to Freak and Fraud's return. Nene was right. They're going to declass the show. They already have. And at this point, who's freak and who's fraud? Or is it interchangeable because they're both freaks and frauds? You know, I don't know. I feel like it's a disservice to the people who love reality TV to see people who lie or keep certain things behind the scenes because they just don't want to address it or they want to control the narrative. Like, if you're going to take the check, do the work. Do the work. And your job is, unfortunately, letting millions and millions of people into your life. And I just hate that we don't get that authenticity anymore. But Angela, I see why they wanted her for season 3, because we're getting that authenticity, whether she wants us to see it or not, you know? Yeah. We're seeing it. So that's all I really had to say. Thank you, Malaysia. So much.
Have a great day. All right. Oh, God. Kay Avery says that Kempire, Ashley's posting my singing videos on IG for you, or more singing videos, Kay Avery. We're not going to be playing it. God, she's annoying. It's more annoying than her dancing at this particular point. Remember she's doing that little TikTok dancing? Now she's singing? Oh, my God. Cease and desist. I'm going to have to block her. Come on. And I'm going to block everyone that posts her. Lord have mercy. I can't. Lord. All right. I want to say thank you to everyone that called in. Thank you to those of you that sent in super chats. I see you guys are sending a couple of more, which I appreciate. Tanya, thank you so much for the support and for being a member. We appreciate your very let me shimmy. That was a super sticker. A very generous super sticker. Let me do a Brit Edie. Thank you so much, Tanya, and thank you for gifting memberships as well earlier. We appreciate your support. Miss Bernice, thank you so much for another super chat. Bernice says, I wear my ring when I'm stepping out because I work with children and almost lost it once. My hubby needs a new one because his finger is fatter. I've heard that too before in regards to why some men don't wear their ring, because when they got it, they were a certain weight. Now they're bigger. And like, not everyone can buy new rings, even though men's rings are a lot cheaper than women's. But anyway, look, at the end of the day, like I said, a ring can come off. It's not going to stop someone from cheating. And like I said, some of these men aren't taking their rings off, and the women that are hooking up with them don't care. Y'all need to come over to the gay community because a bunch of them just are in open relationships. No judging, but judging. Okay. I'm kidding. All right. It can't be me, though. If you looking to have a relationship with me, Mr. Billionaire, okay, not sharing you. I might have to share the billionaire, right? Nope. Breaking up. Okay, breaking up. All right, guys, we're almost at 1,200 likes. If you haven't liked the video already, be sure to like the video. It's easy and free. Thank you to everyone watching on TikTok, Twitch, Twitter. Marcus never got back to me on Twitter. I was checking nothing. So he just said, Kempire, let's talk. I'm the guy at the end of the trailer. He put a bunch of emojis in the monkey thing. No, you trying to come up. I'm not interested. I'll wait. Look, I will wait for it to play out on this show. If you're just trying to come here and be messy boots, I don't want to hear about it. Anyway, I appreciate you all being here. I hope you guys have a great Friday and a great weekend. Have some fun, but stay safe as always. And if you're watching the replay, be sure to let us know your thoughts on all the hot topics that we just talked about, but more so about the Real Housewives of Atlanta Season 16 mid-season trailer and how you would rate it from 1 to 10. I never gave my rating, okay? My rating for the mid-season trailer, I'm going to give it a 5.5. I'm going to give it a 5.5. So it's falling in that range of 4 to 6, which I don't think is bad because to me it's like half, half good, half bad. But we shall see. I'm more interested in to see how the last half of the season is going to play out. Because the first half has been But I will say Angela has stood out to me. Kelly has stood out to me. I'm interested to see the fallout between Kelly and Britt and how that happens. At this particular point, I've only seen Kelly show up for Britt. And I feel like Britt is going to jump on whatever boat that suits her. That's my opinion based on what we've seen so far. But we shall see. You never know, because look at how all y'all are turning on Shamea. Y'all will call her the glue and the it star, the big star this season. Now all y'all turn on her and y'all saying she's just like Porsha. Don't make me call Porsha. Gigi, thank you so much for the super chat. Gigi says, hold on, let me go here. Gigi says, Potts had called ice. Potts had called ice on that man. Potts? Or Porsha, you mean? Porsha called the ice on that man, try to keep that man housed, but it backfired because the judge gave an extension. Also, Sagittariuses are the greatest. I like a Sagittarius, but I said that to y'all already. But y'all know, y'all always say I'm dragging everybody, but I always say nice things about the Sagittariuses. I wouldn't date one. No. We're just different personalities. I wouldn't date one, but shout out to the Sagittariuses, okay? Unless you're a billionaire. All right. Goodbye, y'all. All right. I'll see you guys in the next one. For those that have been wondering about my skincare, shout out to our friends over at Butter. Skincare today is brought to you by our friends over at Butter. Get into it. Thanks for tuning in to Kempire here on the Kempire Radio Podcast. As always, don't forget to give us a 5-star rating on Apple Podcasts and on Spotify. And for everything Kempire Radio, head on over to KempireRadio.com.